Renault R35, France's little tank with big ambitions. In 1935, Europe simmered with tension, teetering on the edge of conflict. France, still bearing the scars of World War I, recognized the urgent need for modern armored vehicles. Enter the Renault R35. Small, determined, and infused with French character. While diminutive in size, this stout machine soon played a central role in France's frantic struggle against the onslaught of blitzkrieg. Get ready, because we're diving into the captivating story of the Renault R35. The Renault R35 didn't appear by chance. It was a direct response to France's anxieties during the interwar period. By the early 1930s, French military strategists understood that their World War I era tanks, particularly the iconic Renault FT, were outdated. The army required a new tank, lightweight for infantry support, yet strong enough to handle contemporary threats. Renault rose to the challenge, building on the legacy of its FT design. The requirements were clear. A tank that was affordable, simple to mass produce, and resilient against enemy fire. By 1934, Renault had produced a prototype, and after rigorous testing, the R35 officially entered service in 1936. The French military had its new armored asset, and production would exceed 1,600 units. The R35 looked like a squat armored insect, short and sturdy, yet unexpectedly heavy for its size. Its armor was a standout feature, with some areas reaching 40 millimeters in thickness. This protection made it nearly immune to small arms and early anti-tank weapons, boosting crew morale and offering a reassuring sense of security. But underneath that armor, there were significant flaws. The two-man crew included a commander, who also had to serve as the gunner and loader, while a driver occupied the tight hull. This overburdened the commander, especially during combat. Visibility was limited, communication tools were rudimentary, and the turret's 37mm gun lacked the power to effectively combat enemy armor. The tank's biggest drawback, however, was its poor mobility. With a top speed of only 12 to 13 miles per hour or 20 kilometers per hour, it was sluggish, an easy target for Germany's nimble panzer divisions. When war erupted in 1939, the R-35's first engagements were limited and defensive, mostly stationed behind the Maginot Line. But in May 1940, Germany launched its rapid and brutal assault on France, and the R-35 was thrown into fierce combat. German forces surged through the Ardennes, prompting R-35 units to counter the advance. The tank's shortcomings quickly became evident. German panzers, particularly the Panzer III and IV, were faster, better coordinated, and technologically superior. The R-35 couldn't keep pace. Despite valiant efforts, many R-35 crews were overwhelmed. However, in battles like Ston, the R-35 showed its resilience, using its armor to delay the German advance, even if only briefly. Following France's collapse in June 1940, hundreds of R-35s were seized by the Germans. Demonstrating their usual resourcefulness, they refitted the tanks for secondary roles, designating them Panzer Kampfwagen 35R 731F. These tanks saw action in various tasks across Europe, including anti-partisan missions and coastal defense along the Atlantic Wall. Other countries utilized the R-35 as well. Italy, Romania, and Bulgaria added captured or transferred models to their own forces. Notably, German tank ace Michael Wittmann began his armored career in one of these repurposed tanks. Ironically, the R-35 made a comeback during France's liberation in 1944, now used by free French forces battling German occupiers. Though outdated by then, these tanks stood as emblems of French perseverance, rolling through liberated towns as symbols of resistance and hope. After the war, surviving R-35s found homes in museums across Europe, standing in silent testaments to a dramatic and complicated history. The tank story embodies both France's strategic missteps and its unwavering determination. While never a top-tier weapon, the R35 remains a potent symbol of a nation's resolve to defend itself against overwhelming odds. In conclusion, the Renault R35's journey reflects France's turbulent path through the early years of World War II. Born from urgency, crafted with care, and thrust into battle with courage, the R35 exemplifies the contradictions of interwar military strategy. Today, its unique silhouette evokes both sentimentality and reflection. It serves as a reminder that even underpowered machines, when wielded with resolve, can leave a lasting impression. More than steel and engineering, the R35 represented France's indomitable spirit, a small tank fighting a giant's battle. And that's what makes its legacy so compelling and enduring.